Solve the equation 1 plus log 2x minus 9 is equal to this. So whenever you say log 1, it simply means log to base 10, the answer is 1. So this one, every base here is 10. We don't hatuandikagi 10 hapa chini. Sometimes so log to base 10 is the same as log 10. So these two are the same. So 1 simply means log 10 plus log 2x minus 9 is equal to log 3x plus 5 minus log 2 minus log 2. From the law of indices, the logarithms and the rows, we know the rows, multiplication row, division row, all that. So the next thing, when the bases are the same, so log, we just take one log into 10, plus means multiplication. We are multiplying 2x minus 9, you cross, is equal to log is common here and here into 3x plus 5 minus means division, divided by 2, you cross. Now since log and log are the same, we cancel them. Now we will have 10 times 2x, we will have 20x minus 10 times 9, we have 90, negative 90 is equal to 3x plus 5 divided by 2. We can remove these 2 down here by multiplying both sides, every term times 2 here. So this one is going to be 40x minus 180 is equal to this one, and this one goes 3x plus 5. Like terms together, this one will come this side, so we'll have 37x is equal, this one goes to this, we'll have 185. So you divide by 35 both sides, 37 both sides, and the value of x is equal to 5. So there is another way you can do this. You can use a different method, approach. There's a different approach you can use. You rearrange the logarithms given, so we can say you rearrange this one. 1, let us leave 1 on the left side, is equal to, hii ikifuka on the other side itakuwa negative log, ama kwanza tuweke yenye ilikuwa hapa, so yenye iko ni log 3x plus 5, yenye ilikuwa ni negative log 2, so tutoe hii hapa ikuje this side, itakuwa minus log 2x minus 9. So hii na hii unaweza geuza sasa, hii kuja on the right side, there is no difference, so this one is going to be log 3x plus 5 minus log 2 minus log 2x minus 9 is equal to 1. Hii yote na hii hakuna tofauti, they are the same thing. So everything we have the logs now, we introduce one log. Let us use one log because the log is common into 3x plus 5. Subtraction means you divide, so divide by 2 and then divide by 2x minus 9, and this one is equal to 1. So we can simplify this, so we have log 3x plus 5 divided by this times this is 4x minus 18 is equal to 1. Another thing, for you to solve this, you should remember that the log to base 10, 100, the answer is 2. So this is the base, this is the power, and this is the answer. Meaning that 10 raised to power 2, the answer is 100. That's what it means. 10, the base raised to power 2, the answer is 100. So once you don't know that, so you will know that there is a base 10 here. This is the power and this is the answer. Therefore, we are going to have 10 raised to power 1. 10 raised to power 1 is equal to 3x plus 5 minus 4x minus 18 plus like that. So you can put over 1 and then cross multiply. This times this 40x minus 180 is equal to 3x plus 5. Nimefanya cross multiplication. Ndio nimefanya. So like terms together, this comes here. We will have 40 minus 3, which is 37x, is equal to, this one comes here, that is 5 plus 180. 37x is equal to 185. X is equal to 5. So there is two ways you can do that. The masses of two students in a class were measured as 30.5 kg, 36.8 kg. Determine the possible least difference in the masses of the two students. So the least possible difference, remember now, the least, actually we are talking about errors and approximation. The topic is errors and approximation. So the least count for 30.5, the least count for that is 0.1. So let us get the error. The absolute error is going to be 0.1 divided by 2, and that one is 0.05. So we are going to, so we will get now the maximum, the maximum, and then the actual, and then the minimum. So the maximum for the first student 30.5, we are going to add 0.05, so tutakuwa na 30.55. Actually ilikuwa 30.5. Minimum, sasa tuna subtract hapa the absolute error, which is 30.5 minus 0.05, and that one will give us 30.45. This is for student 1. Student 1. So we will do the same for student 2. Student 2. Student 2 with this mass, maximum, minimum, nimesahau actual ilikuwa 36.8. Minimum, maximum tunaongeza 36.8 plus 0.005, the absolute error, which is equal to 36.85, and this one is going to be 36.75. 36.75, you subtract 0.005, you to your calculator, you find. So ili tupata what we call least difference, we subtract the first one, kubwa ni hii na ndogo ni hii. So this is the one. To get the least, we subtract the minimum from the maximum this side, maximum. So we subtract the least and the minimum from the maximum up is the student 1 from the minimum student minimum student 2, like this. So the least difference is going to be 36.75. That is what minus the maximum student 1, 30.55. That one will give us the least, the possible difference, and that one is 6.2 kilogram. Make x the subject. To make x the subject, kwanza tunataka tutoe the denominator. We need to remove this denominator down here. Nataka nitoe the denominator hapa. You multiply both sides by the denominator. So we want to remove the denominator. We multiply with the denominator in both sides. X squared minus 9. The square root. X squared minus 9. So this one and this one will go. Now we will have a times the square root x square minus 9, which is equal to bx. Now for the next step ni kutoa, let us remove the square root here. To remove the square root sign here, we will square everything. We square everything, both sides. So this we will have a square times x square minus 9 without the square root now, which is equal to b square x square. So we can now open this bracket. We will have a square x square minus 9a square is equal to b square x square. We will write terms together now. We bring this to this side. So a square x square minus hii kuja pande itakuwa minus b square x square is equal to, hii itakuja on the right side, itakuwa na 9a square. X square is common, so we will put it outside. X square is the common factor here. A square minus b square is equal to 9a square. Equal to 9a square. Remember, we want the value of x, so we divide by both sides. A square minus b square, a square minus b square. So this will go. So x is equal to the square root plus or minus 9a square divided by a square minus b square. So that is the answer, or we may go ahead and say x is equal to both 4 minus the square root of 9 is 3, the square root of a square is a, and then the down one will remain the square, a square minus b square. And this one are all both correct answers. In this section, in this question, use a ruler and a pair of compasses. The following figure shows a circle center. This a tangent to the circle P is drawn. Construct another tangent to the circle to intersect the drawn tangent at an angle of 60. So kitu ya kwanza hapo unafanya you join this point here and this point. Like that. Once you have done that, you know from 3 topic circles and tangents, you know this one forms 90 degrees, right? And then we have been asked here it's going to be 60. Using a pair of compass now, we will stand here and draw 60 degrees. You stand at this point, you open your pair of compass like this, you draw this, and then you draw this. You stand here, you join this. So by so doing, you join now this point and this point. That one will give you 60 degrees. So this angle here is 60 degrees. Once this one is 60, this one is 30, definitely. So now, from this point to P, should be the same point to there where we have another tangent. Should be the same point. So you now join this and that, this and that, and that is the tangent you were supposed to draw and get your 3 marks, like that. A plane took 3 hours to fly from P to Q. Determine the speed of the plane in knots correct to 1 decimal place. So if we sketch this diagram, this is the equator 0, this is the grid meridian. 66 north is here, 66.42 north, and then we have 30 east P, and we have this one here as point P, and then 52 would be somewhere there, so this is P. So you can see this is a small circle. Our P and Q are on a small circle. If they are on a small circle, you should know the formula of getting the distance. And we have been asked to get in knots, therefore we need distance in nautical miles. So distance in nautical miles at a small circle is given by, you should know the formula, alpha times 60 cos theta. Alpha times 60 cos theta, whereby alpha is the angle difference, cos theta, the theta here is the angle that they share, this angle here 60. The latitude angle is the theta. Now we substitute now the angle difference, this is east, so that is 52.5 minus 30, because they're on the same side. So we are going to have 22.5. So the distance now PQ is given by 22.5 times 60 cos 66.42. And therefore now that one is going to be 540.039353 nautical miles. But since we have been given hours, we know that speed equal to distance over time. So the distance is 540.039335. We divide by time, which is 3 hours, and our speed in knots is going to be 180.0 to 1 decimal place, and this is knots. Our speed is 180.0 to 1 decimal place. Solve 6 cos square x is equal to 5 sin x for this range of angles. Remember, from sin square x plus cos square x is equal to 1, meaning that cos square x is equal to 1 minus sin square x. Hii na hii zinafanana. So here we are going to have 6 into 1 minus sin square x is equal to, okay, we can bring this one, minus 5 sin x is equal to 0. The reason why nimeondoa cos, because cos and the sin are not the same, so nataka tukue na sin ikiwa the same, sin and sin. So now here we will have 6, instead of cos square we will have 1 minus sin x, to make it uniform with the sin x. 1 minus sin square x, bring this one here, minus 5 sin x equal to 0. Open this bracket, we will have 6 minus 6 sin square x minus 5 sin x equal to 0. Now you let sin x be y. Mahali popote kuna sin x, you substitute with y. So this one is going to be 6 minus 6 sin 2, it means y square, minus 5y equal to 0. Now this is a quadratic equation. We can make it now like this: 6y square plus 5y minus 6 is equal to 0. Ni nini nimefanya? Nimeweka hii ikakuwa positive, yani in short divide by negative. So hii imekuwa negative, imekuwa positive, ndio rearrange hivi. So here now, two numbers when we add them we get 5. Two numbers when we multiply them we get 36. The product is 36, the sum is 5. The numbers are 4, negative 4, and 9. So we will have now 6y squared minus 4y plus 9y minus 6. The answer is 0. So the common factor here is 2y into y minus 2 plus, now the common factor here is 3 into y. Actually this is supposed to be 3y, here is supposed to be 3y minus 2. So this and that, 2y plus 3y minus 2. So y for the first one is equal to, you divide by here, is going to be negative 3 over 2, or y is equal to 2 over 3. So you ignore the negative and we take the positive. So it means that sine x is equal to 2 over 3. And 2 over 3, we want the value x, it is the sine inverse 2 over 3, and this one will give us 41.81. So that is the value of sine, and that is the value of x as in degrees. So since tumepewa range from 0 to 180, we use the unit square, the unit circle, ambayo tunasema ni acts. All here, all tangents, sines and cosines, they are the positive here. The sign is positive here only. So we go to the next one. E tumepata iko kwa A, all of them. So to get to that is 180 minus 41.81. That one will give us 138.18797. So if you realize we cannot go to the other quadrant because it's going to be more than 180, therefore the value of x is equal to 41.81 degrees, or 138 point, we can say, to 2 degrees, 2 decimal places, to 1 decimal place. The following table shows the frequency distribution of marks scored by a student in a test. This is it. Calculate the upper quantile mark. We want to calculate the upper quantile mark. To calculate the upper quantile mark, we need the CF, cumulative frequency. So CF. Chora ka table, you needed to draw this one like this. You have the frequency. So you start with the first frequency 4, and then you add this plus this, which is 14. This plus this, which is 27. This plus this, which is 35. This plus this, which is 40. So total frequency is equal to 40. Fine. Now you should know again that the upper quantile, which is presented by Q3, is 3 over 4 of n, where n is the total frequency. So for us to locate the upper quantile class, we need to know that 3 over 4 times 40, this one gives us 30. So we look at the 30th position in the cumulative frequency. We look at the 30th position. So the 30th position is found here, here is found here. So this is our class where we will find our upper quantile Q3. So we come here and then we use the formula L is equal to L plus 3 over 4n minus c divided by f times I. This is the lower class limit of the quantile class. This is the cumulative frequency above. This is the class interval, and this is the frequency. The class interval here, we count like this. We start at 26. We say 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So the class interval is 5. Our I equal to 5. So our lower limit here is going to be 40.5 plus 3 over 4, that is 30, minus cumulative frequency above is 27, divided by the f, the frequency in that class, which is 8, times I, which is the class interval. And this one will be now 40.5 plus 1.875. And the upper quantile Q3 is equal to 42.375. Given that P is equal to 5ij plus 3k, Q is equal to this, and R is equal to this, determine the magnitude of R. First, let us get R. R is equal to 2 into P, and the P is 5i minus j plus 3k cross minus Q. Q is 8i plus j. So open here, we are going to have 10i minus 2j plus 6k minus 8i minus j. Like terms together, 10i minus 8i, we are going to have 2i, negative 2j, negative, we are going to have 3j negative, and then plus k, 6k. So this one is equal to R. R is this. So now to get the modulus of, or the magnitude, R modulus is equal to the square root of 2 square plus negative 3 square plus 6 square. R modulus is equal to the square root of 49. R modulus is equal to 7 units. 7 units. The following figure shows a circle, center O. This is the center. Now we can get the coordinates of O, the center, which is 1, 1.5. So our center is 1.5. We can take another point like the point of the circle, which is 3, 1.5. Now we have the center and a point at the circle. In 3.5, 1.5 y-axis. That's what I have done. So we know that we can now get the radius. Radius of a circle is given by the square root of x minus a, where, remember, center, this is a and this is b for the center. And this is y, this is x, and this is y, because it is a point. Square plus y minus b square. So using this formula, our center is going to be x, which is going to be 3, minus a1 square plus y, which is 1.5 minus 1.5 square. So our R is actually the square root of 4, and that one is equal to 2. So our R is 2. But we know from the general equation is that x minus a square plus y minus b square, R square, that is the equation of the that is the equation. Now we substitute the values that we have. This one is going to be x minus a, which is 1 square, plus y minus b, which is 1.5, equal to r square, which is 2 square, that is 4. So this is the equation of a line which we can open this. If we open everything here, we will finally have, because the space is not enough for me here, I will just write the final equation. Open this one. This is going to be square. This is going to be 2x minus 2x plus 1. So finally, we will have this equation here. X square minus 2x plus y square minus 3y is equal to 0.75, and that is the equation of the circle. You only need to open this one and get this one. Otherwise, up to here is also the answer. Now use the equation in part A to determine the x-intercept of the circle. Remember, x-intercept occurs when y is equal to 0. So it means on this equation, whenever you see the value of y or the y, you substitute with a 0. So we are going to have x square minus 2y plus 0 square minus 30 equal to 0.75. So this is x square minus, this is 2x. 2x is equal to 0.5 is the same as 3/4 if we write this one in fraction form. But actually, let me multiply both every term by the denominator, times 4 times 4 times 4. We will have 4x square minus 8x minus 3 is equal to 0. So we have a quadratic which we are going to solve for the value of x. Now we can use the quadratic formula. X is equal to minus b plus or minus the square root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. Can use this formula. So now x is equal to b is a negative 8, so negative times negative is going to be 8 plus or minus the square root of b square, that is 64, minus 4a, that is 16. 16 times negative 3 is going to be positive 16, 48 plus 48 divided by 8. 8 need 2 times 4 because our a is 4. So x is equal to 8 plus or minus the square root of 112 divided by 8. And our x is equal to 2.323 or negative 0.323. The following table shows monthly income tax rate of a certain year. This is the table. In that year, a monthly relief of Kenya shilling 2400 was allowed. The net tax on recipients' monthly income was 1500. Calculate recipients' monthly income. So we have the pay, we have the relief. First, we need to get the gross tax. We know that the gross tax is equal to pay plus relief. You should know that. So that is 15 plus 24. This one will give us a gross tax. And this one is equal to, so the gross tax is 3900. So this is the total tax before relief was removed. Yes. Now with this reverse, we need now to start. We start with the first slab, 24,000 times 10 days over this one, and this one is going to pay 2400, the first one. As we can see, kama tax ya kwanza amelipa 24, inamaanisha hatutaenda next slab, tutatafuta the remaining amount. So remaining amount x times the next slab, which is 25 over 100, will give us the remaining amount, and that is 1500. So we have 25x over 100 is equal to 1500, and 25x is equal to 15 divided by 25 divided by 25. So x is going to be 6,000. So 6,000 plus 24,000. Actually, this one was supposed to be here. So 6,000 plus 24,000, because the value of x is 6,000. So the monthly taxable income, monthly income ilikuwa Kenya shilling 30,000. Transformation matrix T maps P to this and this to that. Find the coordinates of Q and that. That one is very simple. First, this matrix 1, 0, K, O transformed P to P prime. So we have P which is 2, 3, which give us P prime, which is 2, 10. So now we want the value of K. This times this, we are going to have 2K is equal to 10. 2K is equal to 10. Divided by 2, so K is equal to 5. The value of K is 5. So the matrix is 1, 0, 5, 0. So this matrix transformed Q, which is -4, 4, to image Q1, which we will find, right? So this times this, that is -4, that is 0. This times this, -20, this times so -20. So Q image is -4, -20. -4, -20. The length and the width of a rectangular flower, this one respectively. A rectangular carpet of area 28 meters square is placed on the floor. The carpet leaves a uniform space x with each wall's room. Form a quadratic equation in x and hence solve for x. Very simple. So this is the rectangle. From here up to here is 10 meters. From here up to here is 7 meters. From here there is x. From here there is a uniform x. So to get what is inside, the width is going to be x plus x minus, so 7 minus 2x, that is the width of the carpet. The length of the carpet is going to be 10 minus 2x. So, but we have been told the area of the carpet is 28. Therefore, it means that 10 minus 2x times, because it's the length, times 7 minus 2x, the answer is going to be 28. So you open this one, 70, this times this, 70 minus this times that, 20x, this minus this, 14x, this times that, plus 4x, the answer is 28, x square. So 4x square minus that is 34x plus 42, the answer is 0. We are writing terms together. This is 28. So now we have a quadratic equation which we are going to solve and get the values of x. We are going to use the quadratic formula equal to minus b plus or minus the square root b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. That one is going to give us the value of x. So x is equal to 34 plus or minus 34 square, which is b square, 34 square, minus 4 times c, which is 4 times a times 4, that is times 42, divided by 2 times 4, which is 8. which is 8. So x is equal to 34 plus or minus the square root of 484 divided by 8. So x is equal to 7, or x is equal to 1.5. So this value of x cannot be 7. So you ignore 7, and now the value of x is equal to 1.7. To think. A quantity v varies directly as the square of u and inversely as the cube root of w. When u is equal to 5, w is equal to 8, the value of v is 375. Find the value of v when u is equal to 8 and w is equal to 125. So first, we need to understand that v is proportionally as the square of u and inversely as the square root of w, the cube root of w. So when we remove this sign of proportionality, we will have the constant k u square divided by the cube root of w, the cube root of w. Now when v is 375, k will remain to be k, but u will be 5 square k divided by the square root, the cube root of 8. So 375 will be equal to 25k divided by 2 times 2 both sides. We will have 750 is equal to 25k, and the value of k is equal to 30. The value of k is equal to 30. Now our constant is 30. Now we will use the constant to find the value of v when u is this. So now what will it be v when k is 30 times u, which is 8 square, divided by the cube root of 125. This one will be 1920 over 5, and v is 384. V is 384. A stone was thrown upwards from a point 8 meters above the ground. The following graph shows the length in meters of the stone to the ground. This is the curve. Determine the rate of change of h at t when t equal to. So here it means unakuja mahali kuna t is equal to, hapa unachora kitu inaitwa the tangent. You draw a tangent at that point. At this point you draw a tangent, and then you find the gradient of that tangent. Once you get the gradient, you have calculated the rate of change. So at this point we have 1.5x and 9. At this point here we have 2.5 and the y-axis is 7. So we are going to use this to get the gradient. The gradient is equal change in y, but this one was h and this one is t. So change in h over change in t, change in y, change in x. So 9 minus 7, that is the y or the h, minus this, and the answer is going to be negative 2 meters per second. So once you calculate the gradient, you have calculated the change in rate, the rate change. The gradient function of a curve is given by dy over dx is equal to 3 minus 4x. If the curve passes through the point -1, 10, find the equation of the curve. We have been given the gradient function, so to get the equation we need to integrate this function. We integrate this function 3 minus 4x dx. We integrate that. So when we integrate, we are going to, this one is going to be 3 x plus 4 over 2 x squared. So this is going to be 2. So we will have plus c. 3x plus 2x squared plus c. That is our value of y. That is y. Right? But we have been told that at this point, -1, 10, we are going to substitute these values on this equation and find the value of x. So y is 10, this y is 10, is equal to 3x, that's -1, plus 2, that is -1 square, plus c. So 10 is equal to -3, -2, this one is square. Sorry, this one is supposed to be negative. This is negative. This is negative, please. Take note of that. So -2 plus c. So 10 plus 5, then that is a c. So c is equal to 15. Therefore, the equation y is going to be 3x minus 2x squared plus 15, which is c, and that is the equation of the line, or of the curve. P, Q, and R are points on a level ground. Q is 4 meters south of P. R is to the near east of P, and 5.3 meters from Q. A vertical post at P is supported by a cable. The cable joins the top T of the post to point R. Calculate the angle between the cable and the level ground. Correct to 2 decimal places. So I will just show you what I am done here. So we will have our point P. R is to the east of P, 2.8 meters. And then the cable, this is the cable that is joining the top T there. So we are asked to calculate, and this is the ground. Remember, these points are on the ground. These points are on the ground. So we are supposed to calculate the angle between the cable and the level ground, this level ground. So we are calculating this angle theta here. We use SOHCAHTOA to calculate that angle. But before that, we needed to get this angle here, this distance from here up to here. How do we get that? We have 4.5, we have 5.3. We use that to get that the PR is 2.8, sorry. So after getting that, we use sine theta is equal to adjacent of hypotenuse. Sine, is it sine actually or cos? Sine is opposite. So we have this, or adjacent, that is the cos, supposed to be cos theta. This is supposed to be cos inverse. So cos is the one that cos is adjacent of hypotenuse, which is 2.8 divided by this.